Hey guys, how's it going? This is Vitamin CK's
Zuko.
and K Sizzle, and today we're going to crack the customs with Rob. Let's start off with the wide angle beam, a roll beam that can be fired at a wider range of angles but doesn't do quite as much damage. So this is the fully charged version. I'm going to jump up from up here and shoot it downwards. It has a very nice trajectory. Obviously I can't use it until I charge up, so once this charges up a little bit, like right now, you'll see that I can use it in a variety of angles. You see that like almost 8-way diagonal sense. I can send it that way. It does have a lifespan, so you can just like throw it out. But really cool for covering some spots that you may not have been able to cover before, especially for edge guarding purposes, to snuff out some jumps or attacks. So pretty good in that regard. Still it does have that fire in the beginning. And yeah, when it's fully charged, it moves really rapid, and at the same time can still use it in a variety of angles. So if you want to double jump for me, I don't have it fully charged, but
Well, you get the idea.
yeah, when I get it fully charged, I'll use it again in that same angle. But for now, we can talk about Zuko's.
Alright, so I have the Infinite Robo Beam, which never runs out of juice, but you're going to be suffering in strength, and I believe in range as well. Like, that's as far as that one goes. It does take a while for the big one to charge up, so bear with us. But yeah, this one's never going to like run out, so it is reliable in that sense. But you can't zone with it as well as you could the normal one. It does seem a little bit slower as well. Thankfully, it's like almost the length of Battlefield, so you still can use it pretty well. You have your full one, and I'll wait for mine to come up, so let's go back to that. What do you want me to do here?
Just stand right there and then double jump.
Well, you squandered that.
Well, I suck. But yeah, remember, like it goes in that like 8-way pattern, and remember that the most important thing is that it doesn't do as much damage and knockback. So
And neither does mine.
you're
It's kinda
sacrificing
like
the freedom.
here.
You're sacrificing the damage and knockback in order to get a little bit more freedom when it comes to shooting it out. Like I have it again right now, so if you want to jump up again. So
Okay,
look,
almost.
it's very specific, you know. All right, and did you
Yeah,
already do yours?
Yeah, I don't know. You want to block it, I guess? I
Okay.
don't know what to really talk about with this one. Because, I mean, it's
very
like,
standard.
you know,
You can
just-
block mine too.
You can always use it. It's like the main gimmick.
Alright, let's move on to the reflector arm. A longer arm spin that makes it easier to reflect projectiles. No forward movement. So this one stands in place. There's no like little jump and then he starts spinning. The reflector range is always very good from the start to the end, even like a bit disjointed because of he'll stop spinning, but that reflector little like invisible shield will still be activated. So very good reflector properties.
Yeah.
But what you're sacrificing in range though, so instead of jumping forward and being this moving reflector, you're now just standing in place as a reflector. You can obviously like keep mashing it so that you can keep it going, and I believe you can still attack with it. Doesn't do too much.
It was like 2 hits, the first one and the last one. So, you know, it's okay. I do think this one's... I've seen a lot of people use this, but I don't know entirely
Can
why. I
kinda
guess
stall.
it's more reliable, and you're not forced to like approach with them, because the other ones are more unsafe. They can kind of move around with it, which kind of makes it trickier, but you know, different move. I have the backward arm rotor, which is like a smack to the face. It doesn't spin around, but it's a little more offensive, but at least it still keeps its reflecting property. Let's just try that out. It does have to be more specific.
I'll shoot you in 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Maybe-
it does
maybe
reflect,
I
but
like arm.
I'll do it the thing. Right, 1, 2, 3.
All right, well, I broke it that time.
Yeah, I'll try this one more time. I'm gonna like do a short hop too. 1, 2, 3.
Mad specific.
Yeah, definitely a lot specific. So what you're sacrificing is that duration of the reflector. 1, 2, 3.
We did this like perfectly.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I got hit there. So it's very specific. So you're gonna have to be very precise if you want this to still be a reflector. Now it says that it's slow to start in the official description. I don't know what that means, because it seems like that attack comes out really fast. Like he'll be next to me right now, and
I mean,
you'll see
it's
the like.
it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's not too unsafe either.
So
I mean,
I'm-
it is unsafe, but it's not like you're there for hours. It's just a quick smack. Turns them around, which is cool. But the reflecting property is really nerfed with this one, so you gotta be careful.
Okay. So let's move on to the Robo Rocket. Quickly sends you high into the air, unable to hover like the Robo Burner. So this is just one big boom to the top. You can't just use this multiple times. I mean, I certainly can. And you move in that like one direction. At the top, that's when you can start moving like back and forth and stuff. But you only move in that one straight pattern up vertically.
Do it again before you land.
I tried to there.
So you can't maybe?
Like hit me?
If I hit you.
Yeah, you can't.
No?
No.
Alright, so that's pretty important.
Yeah, so you get that one shot of gas, and make sure you make that count, because if you get hit in between, then you're done skis. So. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Not too much to say about this.
Yeah.
It's just a big jump. I have the high speed burner, which is a faster alternative, and honestly really good in terms of like recovering. Now you do lose your gas pretty fast, which is the one real con to it, but you can kind of like stall it a bit, kind of like ration it, similar to the normal one. I didn't even know that had a hitbox. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, this is just good, better for like recovering, just because in this game Rob is really vulnerable when recovering. He's very slow, and this just lets him, you know, quickly get back.
Yeah, or mix up your opponent, like moving back and forth, you know.
Right. I'm gonna die there because I don't have my gas, but you get the idea in that you can move around a little easier with it. You know, still cancel it out with like moves and then do it again. So it gives you more freedom, which I think is better overall and makes it the best one.
But just be wary of the gas, you know, like make sure you make that count, because you don't have a lot of it, so you're forced to use things like really quickly. But at the same time, you can stall with it. Just be smart about it.
Right.
Let's move on to the final two down specials, which are the Fire Gyro. Fire a flaming top. Deals more damage but doesn't travel as far. So as you can see, this one doesn't really slide across the screen or bounce. It's just you charge it up, you throw it, and then it just like wherever it lands, that's where it's gonna stick. The fire does give it like a little slightly bigger of a hitbox. It makes it a little bit more reliable, and it does more damage. I see it preferred. When I see Robs use this, when they pick a gyro, it seems like this is the preferred one that they go for. It probably does really good, has priority. So
yeah, it
maybe
seems
when
like
when it clanks with other projectiles, it probably is the winning projectile, depending on what you're going up against. So I like it. It's pretty good, but at the same time, you're losing out on the reach that the other ones get by sliding around and bouncing around. This one, you just, where you're going to shoot it, that's where you're going to get it. So make sure that you know where you're going to shoot it as far as charging it goes and uncharging it, because they are two different distances. So.
Right. And I have the slip gyro, which slides across the ground and will trip them. Now, you probably can get follow-ups off of this. And I only say probably because I don't
Go to
know.
the other side of the screen and like, or actually shoot it first and then pick it up, and then after you pick it up, go to the other side of the screen and like try to throw it to me again to see if it still slides and trips me. Alright, I guess it just...
Well, that was maybe like a hard throw. I can like back up, and I'm pretty sure
you can like jump off the stage, go towards the ledge like that.
Yeah, it acts like a normal gyro.
Okay, so the beginning is what slips me, you know?
Right. So you can get a trip, and...
What if I walk towards it when it's active?
I think you'll trip.
Okay, so I still trip. So really cool. You know, tripping in this game is definitely really strong. So character that gets that option when not too many characters have it is definitely something to worry about.
Right. And you know, you still get your great item scheme with it.
Yep.
So I like this one. I think they're both good. Just not sure of the negative to this outside of like it doesn't go airborne
And it doesn't bounce.
and it doesn't travel as far. So it only really hits grounded opponents.
And it's not like a banana in the sense where they can use it against you to make you trip. Only you get that tripping effect.
Right. That was weird. Yeah, damage is still fine when you throw it. So I think this is good. But I'm not gonna say it's better. I'm not gonna say it's worse because I don't know any better. So you know, I think this is solid.
Yep, preference. So that covers Rob. You know, the beams are cool in that regard. One never runs out. One has more freedom when it comes to the range. So you pick that as you may. Maybe the matchup dependent characters that you want to edge guard better, you'd probably pick the one that I have, so you can cover those pesky angles. And just in case you always want a projectile like other characters like a Falco, you'd always want to keep the one that Ziggler has, but remember that you're limited when it comes to the range. As far as the reflectors go, this one sacrifices range, but you have a better reflect. So if you're fighting a character that's very zone heavy and is just constantly shooting out projectiles, maybe like a villager or something, you might want to use this, but remember that you're throwing out the range. And then Zuko's, if you think you're going to be really precise and very good when it comes to reflecting, maybe that one is for you because it does come out as a pretty quick attack. So that covers those two.
Right. Let's see. Robo Rocket, I'm not too big of a fan of this just because you can only get like one shot with this. And it does go very high and it does have a little hitbox. But you're sacrificing a lot of freedom and it's really unfortunate that Rob can't up B again for no reason, just because he's Rob and he has a fuel system. But the high speed burner kind of makes up for anything in terms of recovering because this lets you kind of do whatever you want just on like less gas. Thankfully, Rob players know how to ration that pretty well, and this lets him get back immediately when in other situations he's kind of just like prone to get spiked. And the gyros, I think, are both great. Not sure which one's better of the two. I think the fire gyro just has more priority and more damage, just doesn't travel as far, and mine just sets up for tripping. Can't really go wrong with that, because if you do get a trip and the situation's correct, you know, you're going to get a grab, you're going to get an up smash, and Rob in this game is very strong in terms of that. Especially on a stage like this, like tombstone him onto the platform and kill him early. But yeah, you get the idea. Rob has some pretty good customs.
Alright, then let us know what you guys thought. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.